Yo, yo, yo. Chris Blair here. And today I'm going to really knock your socks off with some amazing targeting tricks that one will be highly converting, two will allow you to scale, massively scale, and three will make you money. I mean, these are the tricks that I have personally used. Okay, I use these targeting tricks, and this allowed me to have two products sell over 20,000 units, several products over the last 2 years that have done 10,000 plus units, right? And with high profit, okay? So I'm going to teach you a couple tricks now. One of these tricks is new, right? And actually that wasn't available to me till recently because it wasn't even in Facebook's ads manager. It wasn't a tool, it wasn't a function that existed, but it's something I've been using lately and it's really working for me. The other tricks are something that I've been using for years. I mean, these are time-tested tricks that I've been using since 2013, and they work over and over and over again. So let me go ahead and repeat again what I'm going to teach you guys. Today I'm going to teach you, one, how to create highly converting audiences. Audience that will convert for cheap conversions, okay? Two, some tricks to massively scale, okay? And three, this new idea, this new method that Facebook introduced recently that has been converting for some serious profit for me, and I'm so excited, and I love Facebook. Every day they're making new changes. So anyway, so let's dive into this, okay? All right. Sorry, I have something on my lip here. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm okay. All right. So let's dive into this. All right. These tricks, the first trick requires you using audience insights, okay? One of my favorite things to do with audience insights, and I do this on a regular basis, right? I don't just do it once. I'll do it like, once a month or twice a month because it changes all the time. Because you can actually, once you get your fan page above, say, 20,000 likes or so, my fan page has got 350,000 likes, but the one I'm using right now. But anyway, you can go into audience insights and you can pull up, you can say connections and put your fan page name in there, okay? And what happens is Facebook will literally give you the page likes and give you a list of categories and other pages that your fans like. I mean, think about how massively huge that is, because what has happened for me, right? Okay, I'll give you an example. And I'm actually going to give my competition in this video a target, right? But here's a live example. Several months ago, Facebook's, by doing this, I went into my audience insights, I pulled up my fan page, right? And I looked at what Facebook is suggesting to me. They suggested Dolly Parton, okay? I'm in the beer niche, right? Dolly Parton is a country singer. Now, obviously, it's something I may have come up on my own, but still, Dolly Parton, okay? I didn't think about that originally for a long, long time, and I went and tried it. And Dolly Parton right now is converting for me like crazy, and probably it won't convert tomorrow because all my competition is seeing this and going to go out and steal it. But anyway, I got other highly converting. I just wanted to give you one real example because I want to be transparent and I want to really help you, okay? So I don't want to give just hypothetical stuff. I want to give you a real hardcore example. So, and here's what I've been doing with this, okay? Whether the target seems to make sense or not, if Facebook tells me in Audience Insights that it's potentially a target, I go for it. So, I mean, I was just on a call with a private coaching student yesterday, and I said, look, I'm not going to say his niche because it's a private coaching student. I'm uncomfortable giving up my niche, but I'm not going to give his niche, okay? So let me give it, this one I have to do an example. Let's just say that you're in the, let me think here, the cat niche, okay? You're in the cat niche, right? And Facebook says to you that your fans from your fan page like exotic dancers. Okay, this is an extreme example, and obviously that's probably not likely going to happen, but I wanted to make this point. I want to make it clear. If Facebook tells me that my fans like exotic dancers, well, guess what I'm going to do next? I'm going to go in to my ads manager. I'm going to put a small $5, $10 test ad on exotic dancers with no bias whatsoever, because Facebook is saying to me that my fans like this. So no matter how unnatural or like mind-boggling that target may be, I'm going to test it. And the reason why I'm going to test it is because I've discovered more and more that actually it can work. I mean, some of these targets are so off the mark, can work. And I realize why. Your competition is not targeting them, right? I mean, if you're in the cat niche, right, there's not many cat sellers out there that are targeting exotic dancers as an interest to target, right? So Facebook's telling you that, hey, your fans potentially like this or are interested in this, right? And you're hitting them with your cat, your cat t-shirt ad, right? You're now hitting an audience with a product they're not used to seeing. And there's enough people in that audience that it converts. That's the beauty of this, okay? This is the beauty of this trick, because you are actually getting around your competition. Your competition is just out there going after natural targets. And by letting Facebook give you data, right? Don't just randomly choose unnatural targets, but letting Facebook give you the data and potential unnatural targets, then bang, suddenly it starts to take off. And then what I do is, once I get the unnatural target that's working, I take that and I go into the ads manager and I start looking for stuff based on that, right? Now, obviously, I can do the same thing with natural targets, and I do that with natural targets, to be honest with you. I do. I'll take a natural target for my niche, for example, Budweiser, and if it's Budweiser's converting for me on an ad, I'll go in, I'll put Budweiser, and I'll see what they're suggesting, right? And that's cool, but my competition probably thinks of that, right? That's not exactly some unique esoteric trick, right? But what is a trick is taking the unnatural targets and then expanding on there. And yeah, true, some of them will fail and some of them will work. But there's enough winners that will come out of that that's worth the $5 to $10 testing. Okay, it's worth it. All right. So that's one. So two tricks I just taught you. One, go to your fan page and put in connections, your page, and start looking at the targets that Facebook's suggesting. Take your winning targets from your ads that are running right now. That's number 2. Whether the natural or unnatural targets, go into Audience Insights and use that to expand out to other targets. Okay. Beautiful. That's a second targeting trick. Now, the third one, this one, oh man. Thank you, Facebook. I love Facebook. God, I love Facebook. Okay. All right. So, Facebook recently created a custom audience that you can create that's called page engagers, right? So, you can actually create a custom audience of people who've engaged on your page, right? They comment on a post, they like the post, they share the post, right? They went in there and they made a guest post. They made it, and you can set the time limit. I suggest you go back maybe 30 or 60 days. Don't go back too far, right? Okay? But then you can expand on that. You can create lookalike audiences off of those, okay? And man, this is converting. These are my best targets. It's awesome. I just love Facebook. Okay, so create a custom audience of your Facebook engagers, right? And what's really cool about this, what's powerful about this, is you own that audience. There's no other marketer in the entire world who has the exact same interaction on their fan page. Even my direct competition doesn't have the exact same people engaging on my fan page, on their fan page, right? There might be some overlap, but there's some differences, right? I mean, there's clearly some difference. So this is a unique audience, 100% mine. And this audience, man, it's converting for me. It's really, really converting. You may want to make a series of these. In fact, you know what? I was just thinking about that. I've done 30 days and 60 days. Maybe I'll make a series of these. I'll do 15, 30, 45. Anyway, I'm actually going to add more of these audiences, right? I just talked myself into that during this video, okay? But then on top of that, take the next level. Take lookalike audiences, right? And do a lookalike audience in every country you're targeting. So, for example, I'm targeting Canada, United States, which is obvious. There's other countries I'm targeting. I'm not going to say which ones, but I will create a lookalike audience: 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. Audiences, right? Unique. So 1 to 2%, and that kind of 2 to 3%, and so on and so forth, for Canada, for United States, based on the Facebook fan page, and I will do this for every single country I'm targeting. And now I own these very unique audiences that no other marketer in the entire world has, okay? And it's all based off the people who've been engaged in my page. Man, it's incredibly powerful. If you're not doing that, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. All right, guys, I just gave you 3 incredible targeting techniques, right, that will make you money, okay? And I have one favor to ask of you, whether you're interested in my course, my coaching, or not, okay? That's a separate thing. And then if you're interested in my beta course, get in. Private message me, get in if you want to. If you're interested in my coaching, get in. Great. But I ask one thing. If you're watching this video and you got value out of this, please share this video. Okay? Show me your appreciation, show me love, because this, what I just taught you, is powerful. It will make you money if you apply it. Okay? Now, if you're interested in my private coaching or my beta course, we're looking at a December 8th launch. That's the target we're going for. So we're getting very close now. I pushed it back because of numerous reasons. But anyway, December 8th is the day we're looking at right now. If you're interested in my course, private message me. You can still get it for less than half the price. The regular price on that course would be $2,500, and this is going to be you can get it now for less than half that. There's over 60 videos in that, videos and webinars in that. Plus, I'm highly engaged in the group. Anyone who's in the group knows that I actually answer every single question. This is my bread and butter group. This is my private mastermind. It's a secret Facebook group, and every day I go in there and I answer all questions. That's something I've been priding myself on. It's been working, and that's worth the value of the course in and of itself. Okay. Now, by the way, if anyone who's on this call was in my course, that'd be awesome if you'd comment. Maybe Stefan or see here, Randy. If you want to comment, that'd be awesome. Letting people know what they think about my course. And yeah, I'm open to take any questions. I got a few minutes here. I gotta go. I'm gonna go heading to Yokohama here shortly. Do some work, but I'm going to Yokohama. Gonna check into a hotel there and get some work done. Yokohama's about an hour south of Tokyo. There's some event there tonight I'm attending, so I'm gonna stay the night in Yokohama for just one night. And we get there, check in, and go do some work all afternoon before the event. All right. Anyone want to ask any questions? I got a few minutes here. Yeah, Randy, that'd be awesome if you'd comment. Stefan, that'd be awesome. Cool. I'd really appreciate that. Jason, you just got in the course. I don't know how far you're along, but if you just got in, if you make a comment, that'd be cool. I know you just literally signed up like 2 days ago, so you may still just getting started, so you haven't really dug in that deep yet, I'm sure. Anyway, any questions? I'll stick around here for just a few minutes for questions. Not minutes. If there's no questions, I'm going to get off. But here, let me give this a second here. Any questions? Doesn't appear to be any questions in this. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Natalie took my private coaching and said it's the best one-on-one course she's ever had. Thank you, Natalie. I really appreciate that. Okay, anyone else? Any questions, guys? I really am open to questions. All right. There's tons of stuff I could talk about, but I like to divide these videos into topics since they was about targeting, so I'm not going to branch into something else unless there's a question, specific question. All right. See here, doesn't appear to be any questions coming in. Okay, I'm not seeing any. Okay, here we go. Now questions coming in. So do I see a difference? Now, Sammy, I'm sure you're talking about I recommend not the small image post. I'm thinking about the 1200 by 1650. I think it is now the big image post, or 1200, even 1200 by 1200 is fine. The difference. He's asking whether the difference performance between a dark post and a regular post. And published post. And the answer to that one is just a little bit complicated. Over several days, no. Okay, so over several days, no, because you're sending traffic to that and it starts to balance out. But what I have discovered, and this is why I always do this, is I will take my product and I will post it on my page with no link or no nothing. I'm doing this for a couple reasons. One, I'm testing just to see if there's any reaction at all. If I don't get any reaction, because I got a page of 350,000 fans who are highly engaged, if I don't get a reaction from my fans, I mean, this sputter, right? I'm not going to waste any money testing that product at all. Because clearly, if my fans have no reaction at all, how could I possibly have success marketing that out to the general public? Okay, so that's one reason. The other reason is this, and I don't have any written proof, so this is purely empirical, but from my experience and what I believe and what I've seen is if your post has a good amount of engagement, comments and shares and stuff, before you add the link and then set up the ad, it tends to perform better out of the gate. I mean, again, that may, honestly, I'm not going to be transparent here, that may just be my bias, but I've seen this over and over and over again. So the difference between a dark post and a published post, as long as the big image post, over, say, 4, 5, 6 days, I think they will even out because you're running traffic. But I think out of the gate, right, a published post that had a good amount of engagement before you added the link and started advertising does perform better. That's been my experience over and over again, so I'm pretty convinced of that, even though I don't have actual, like, a blog article or some sort of statement by Facebook that I can point to say this is true. This is just my experience, right, based on what I've done, right? And I run a lot of testing. So if you're going to run a dark post, right, you don't have any pre-momentum on that post at all, none whatsoever, right? You're just placing it through the ads manager. You're creating a dark post, and you're running an ad to it. So in that case, right, I mean, I would be more patient. When I run a dark post, but I don't do a lot of, by the way, I'm not a huge dark post user. I do occasionally use it, but I mean, I want to build a viral fan page. So, I'm so confident in my products and my brand and that we have in my store that, and all the social proof, right, that I don't worry about my competition seeing my stuff. I know they do, and that doesn't bother me at all. It hasn't affected my sales. It just keeps chucking along. So, when I do a dark post, I realize it doesn't have any pre-momentum. So I tend to be a little more willing to flip. But let's just say that I were to spend $30 or $40 and it doesn't convert, and I quit. I just totally give up on that product. But I spent $34 and I got no sales, and that product's over. Okay. On a dark post, I may go $50, $60. And the reason being is I don't have that pre-momentum to get it rolling out of the gate. It's fast. Cool? Cool. See, hi Chris. Great to be here and here to speak. Interesting points about dark posts. Yeah, yes. Guys, by the way, see what happens when you prod me with questions. This was a video about targeting, but Samuel asked a question about dark posts and PPE, and I have got tons of knowledge in my mind because I've been experienced marketing. I've been doing this physical products game since the end of 2012. So I need, but if the questions will help. You ask questions, you'll get more information out of me, period. And please share this video, guys. I really appreciate if you share this video. Okay? All right. I'm good. I'm good, Chris. Very good. Okay. We'll wait just a little bit to see if there's any more questions. Okay. All right. So here's a Rodolph asked a very good question. Okay. So I make the post. Do I run a PPE for testing, or do I run a website conversion ad for testing? Okay. Now, honestly, it depends on the size of your fan page and how engaged it is. Okay. So for a guy like me who's got a built-up audience over time, right? I don't need to run any PPE tests whatsoever because my fan page is built up. If I get a reaction from that post I made, without a link, the reason I post out a link is because I want to get, if you put a link, the moment you put a link, the virality goes down. Facebook wants you to pay to send people off of Facebook, right? That's what they want, right? It's clearly in their blog, they say that. You don't get as much reach as a link. So I post just the image with no link, because I want it to go as far as I can, you know, for 3 or 4 or 5 hours. Not even to leave it up there all day, but I'll do it for 3 or 4 or 5 hours. I want to see how much reaction it gets, right? And so based on that, I can just put the link and go right for conversion ads because I've already done my test, right? Now, for people who have smaller fan pages, right, who don't have that natural engagement, that organic engagement, right? I think a $5, $10 PPE ad, or one $5 ad, two $5, so $10 total, is a good thing to do because you're going out there and you're getting your Facebook optimizes the PPE ad. It's called page post engagement, right? So they're optimizing to find known engagers for you. Okay, so now, if the known engagers don't react to your product, the odds that you're going to make sales is pretty damn low. Okay, now don't get too excited about getting, because this is serving to engagers, right? Don't get too excited and say, oh, I got all this engagement, now it's going to sell, because that's not true either, unfortunately. But because just because the engager's engaged doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sell. But by doing these $5 to $10 for one day, I'm not talking about a long time, a PP ad from a fan page does not build up. You're just testing if this thing's got any chance at all. Okay? If the engagers don't engage, it's over. Okay? If the engagers do engage, then I would switch to conversion ads and go from there. Now, again, just because the engagers engage does not necessarily mean that the people will buy, but you're basically using this as a cheap method to completely eliminate products that are worthless for you. Does that make sense? Great course. Learning so much every day, Randy says about my course. Awesome. Thank you, Randy. All right. I think I got to get going, guys. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. Got to head to Yokohama, but private message me if you're interested in my coaching or my beta course. And lastly, yeah, share this video. I really appreciate you guys. I mean, show me some love. I get a lot of value in these videos. Please share it. Thank you. Cheers.